everybody. Welcome to Horror Movie Yearbook. I am Tim.
I'm Willie.
Willie, the other Gibbs brother that's on a Midwest. So just because we were right before, we did not see this because they just released it a couple days ago. The Midwest Game Nerds had Willie's brother on.
Yeah.
Willie's brother, who's
Which
very close with. He did not know. So I'm looking at what they just did. They just covered Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction or Extraction.
Yeah, so if you want to hear my brother.
One of the Tom Clancy movies, and it says, with special guest Zach. And I go, okay, there's a lot of Zachs in the world. And then I remember how your brother spells his name. And I'm like, okay, well, that's similar to how Zach has been on our show as well. And then I went, well, how many people do they know named Zach with a K?
You're like, is this your brother? And I'm like, yes. Maybe? So I had to listen to like a couple minutes to make sure. And I'm like, yeah, that's him.
To verify, yes, it is. So if you want to hear the other Gibbs brother,
check out Game Nerds.
Such a mystery.
Amazing.
Zach was on Zach did a very excellent Dead Alive commentary with us that is somewhere in the archives.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was fun. I can tell you that the Game Nerds have officially talked to Zach more in the last month, probably, than I have. I don't know what that says about me or him, but that's funny. Yeah. So
they're talking Rainbow Six, and they're talking about the Bungie thing. I'm so terrible at news. It's a big deal. This Bungie.
Well, there were two back-to-back things because Sony now bought Bungie.
Okay.
Right, and then Microsoft bought Blizzard / Activision, I think. So basically, it's. You know what's been going on?
Is that what they're talking about? And I got it confused.
Yes.
Oh, they're talking about Microsoft buying Activision.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Sony got Bungie too.
Then they got Bungie. So this was recorded before.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is everything that's been happening in every other industry where just the giants are gobbling up everything.
Because a lot of that has to do with it's pandemic related stuff too.
They're just gobbling up everything. There's only going to be 4 companies by the time we're done.
It's pretty much been 3 or 4 companies propping up our economy for the past 5 years.
Which seems healthy.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to go just along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just here, baby. I'm just here to talk about some Lake Placid. That's it.
So check out the Game Nerds. They're awesome. I recorded a new honor roll that I think is very good.
Excellent.
If I do say so myself.
Does that feel weird?
No, because I would if I've recorded some of those and I haven't promoted them on here because I'm like, ugh, and it's out there. But this one, I talk a little bit about Bela Lugosi's screen test for Frankenstein back in the day.
Excellent.
I do another slasher search. I cover a new slasher movie called The Jack in the Box Awakening. I know one of our listeners and our patrons, Dave Steele, was very excited, very interested in, very intrigued by. You got to see the Jack in the Box. It's on Tubi. The first one's on Tubi now.
I should. Yeah. Speaking of slashers, you rewatched, and we don't have to talk about it in great detail, but you rewatched I Still Know What You Did Last Summer recently, which I told you, I think on air, I told you
Will Benson, yes. So the couple things we must talk about real quick too, because you mentioned them, and I didn't grasp it fully because I didn't have full context.
Sure.
It could have been a long time since I watched I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
You had mentioned how horny, is it Mekhi Phifer?
Yeah, he's pretty horny.
And it's horny to a fault. It's too horny. It's horny to the point of no return. He really wants to have sex with Brandy. Yeah.
But then he's also really hungry.
You know
too.
What? He would have sex with anybody, let's face it, at that point. But he's also very hungry, yes. So he can't get enough food, I guess, and he's so I get it. I get why you would be cranky, but he goes over the line. He starts blaming Julie for everything. He's calling her crazy. Yeah. He's saying she's a nut. She's lost it. She's seeing things. Yeah. He's yelling at everybody. Yeah. I've never been that horny.
Yeah, and his hunger gets him killed, if I remember right.
Yes.
He's I'm going to the kitchen to get something to eat in the middle of the murders. I'm like, what are you doing, Mekhi?
The second thing that is the most charming moment in the movie comes at the end when Freddie Prinze Jr. loves his electric toothbrush so much. He just looks down and goes, I can't believe this thing. This thing is great.
It's so sweet. God, that whole movie's incredible.
Not in it enough, Freddie Prinze.
No, but it's really funny that he's not, too.
Jack Black is absurd in it.
He's great.
Yeah, I mentioned Will Benson.
He's great.
I cannot mention it enough.
No. The fact that there's a voodoo priest in the film.
That movie is so mean to that guy.
It's so mean to him.
They think he's the killer. They blame him for being a killer, and they kill him.
Yeah. It's a funny movie, dude. It's such a funny movie. Anyway, sorry.
It is very bad, but it's one of those it's based on kind of a Scream. I wouldn't call again. It's a knockoff. It's a cash-in in some ways. I know what you did last summer, but then it's a sequel. It's great.
Jennifer Esposito's in it too.
I love Jennifer Esposito.
Of course. How could you not?
Sounded like
beautiful.
Sounded like Mekhi Phifer there for a second.
Wonderful. Yeah, you did sound like Mekhi Phifer there for a second.
And I wanted to give a real quick shout out to the obsessive viewer because speaking of Scream, he gave us a shout out on Twitter. Very nice shout out. He was listening to our Scream episode, and I want to give a shout out to his because he also did a 2-hour one. It's very good, and so check that out, obsessive viewer. And I also want to give I'm giving away plugs, but he has an excellent Stephen King podcast called The Tower Junkies, and every time I read a Stephen King book, I make sure to listen to an episode. If he's done an episode on that book, I will search it out and find it. So
it's funny. I actually listened to some of Tower Junkies before I knew it was his podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like seeking out Stephen King stuff. I listened to some of that, and then I didn't put 2 and 2 together until like a little while back, and went, oh my god, that's funny. That we kind of know him ish. He's cool dude, dude, and I like the obsessive viewer a lot. So that's his kind of the flagship, I would say. Yes,
he does a lot of stuff. He's cool dude. I think that's it for plugs, right? You got anything to plug?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
We got to get in this. We got to get in this time machine.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
I'm excited. What are we going? 99, right?
Yeah. Let's find the exact date because it's the time machine thing I've got is July 6th, 1999.
Okay, so we got to hop in this time machine. I got to think of a sound for us.
What's a nice 1999 song?
A nice 1999 song. How about? There we go.
I was going to say, don't let it keep going. We'll just listen to the
I'm not going to. Yeah,
we'll listen to the 8-minute album version. Yeah.
We'll get lost in the Prince, and second of all, we'll probably get sued. So,
Mommy, why does everybody have a bum?
That extended version's weird, dude.
I love that extended version.
Do you?
Because it's weird. I love that, that breakdown.
Okay, I prefer to just listen to I'll be honest with you. I accidentally downloaded that one. Not the radio version. I like them both. It goes on for a long time. It does go.
Yeah, he breaks it down.
Yeah, he does.
We're going back to July 16th, though. I had to pick this because, Willie, it is MTV's TRL week from the Bahamas. This is MTV's summer. I can't remember exactly what it's called. MTV's summer on the beach.
Okay. Did you watch TRL? At any point?
Absolutely.
I know. I'll admit, I watched it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to bring up TRL here in a second.
Oh, man. Here we go.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about MTV's summer because this is when do you remember they used to rent a beach house, MTV, and they would just kind of hang out there and they do different shows from there. They would have Say What karaoke. Mm-hmm. They would do their dating shows. They'd
fly in celebrities for guest spots here and there.
Yeah, I looked it up and there's a Britney Spears interview that lasts for a week and all that stuff. Britney Spears is a big time. The big thing that happened though, and I've seen some conflicting reports on this, but it's 1999, I'm pretty sure, when this happened. This is when Limp Bizkit performed Nicki. And they blew up a boat at the end of their performance. Right. You remember this?
It exploded.
So I've got the video in front of me. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, so the video says 2000, and there was a viral tweet a little bit ago. I remember it because I think someone sent it to a group or something, and it said 2000 in the tweet too. But it's 1999 because Nicki was out in 1999, and it was on the countdown to 1999.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so let me find this video real quick. Now, are you a big Nicki fan?
Yeah, I listen to it a lot.
Now,
I won't lie to you.
You know who is too big of a Nicki fan?
Mekhi Phifer from...
Yes. So Carson's in the crowd right now. I'm going to hit play on this. The video is titled, "Y'all ready to blow this boat up?"
Are you serious?
So Carson's in the crowd.
Oh, my God.
So there's a sailboat, and he asked the crowd, "Y'all ready to blow this boat up?" A bunch of guys in puka shell necklaces cheer.
Do you think the crowd is they don't really believe him?
I'm going to let you watch it now. So I'm going to rewind this. There's Carson. Y'all ready to blow this boat up? And they blow up a sailboat that's just sitting in the water next to the dock. And then they
Can you imagine?
They go right back into Nookie.
They'd never be able to do this now, right?
What's that? Blow up a boat?
Yeah, just blow up a boat in the ocean like that.
Oh, you think because of environmental concerns?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's a sailboat they blew up. So, like, what are they? I mean, what are? It's just debris, I guess. You'd have to go.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You'd have to go clean it up really quick. I think we could get away with blowing up.
You think so?
Like a dinghy.
A dinghy, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I see what you're saying. You can't just blow up.
You can't just be blowing things up.
You can't blow up a speedboat in the water.
No, probably not. Although I guess they do it in movies, right?
And that thing was extremely close to shore, like to the point.
Like Puka Shell guy, like felt that
the eyebrows were singed on Puka Shell.
Does it get more 1999 than a guy at MTV's Spring Break or whatever it is in a puka shell necklace listening to Nookie when a boat explodes? Like, that is about as... It's perfect.
So that's how they kicked off the beach house. That was
amazing.
Like Memorial Day. Now so what I've got here is the TRL end of summer countdown.
Okay.
And I want you to give me... there are 50 songs here.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm going to ask you to just name a number... 1 through 50, and then what I'm going to do is see if like we can remember this video.
Holy smokes. Wow, this is going to be interesting. Okay.
So give me a number 1 through 50.
1 through 50. Let's go with 47. Let's go late in the game here.
So 47.
Number 47.
112 Anywhere.
Oh, that's one of Nicki's favorite songs.
Is it?
Yes.
I believe, I think this might, Joe, I think he likes this. I don't remember this video. I think it's an R&B song. I know that.
Yeah, it's very sexual.
Oh,
like
okay.
Insanely sexual.
Yeah. Here we are, all alone. Privacy. I don't remember. Man. Okay.
Here we are.
This is gonna be. Alone. This is the one. This is the video featuring a Lil Zane.
Okay.
Oh, I got a New York.
I don't remember the video off the top of my head.
Yeah, they're in like a white room and they're all wearing like kind of like white tank tops and stuff. And
kind of a classy late '90s look. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. They're at a strip club.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bumping and grinding going on. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm remembering the song now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so we're off to a bad start. Give me another.
I mean, it's a good jam, but...
give me another number. Nicki would have known that, I think.
Number 18.
Number 18.
Oh, she would have known. Yeah, no question.
Number 18. Sorry, I got to Control F here. 18.
She got the CD in the garage.
Korn, Freak on a Leash.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Now, was Freak on a Leash the one with the bullet?
No, that... wait, hold on. God, no. Yes, that's Freak on a Leash.
So Freak on the Leash...
Pretty sure, yeah.
Is the video where the bullet is kind of flying around. That's not the Todd McFarlane animated one, right?
No, I don't think so. The bullet's flying through in slow motion...
As
almost
Jonathan Davis
timey.
and the boys sing Freak on the Leash.
As they
right?
jam. I think that's it. Is that it? Am I wrong? Because Todd McFarlane did the art for Freak on the Leash.
No, Freak on the Leash is the one with the bullets, because I'm looking right now. What's the guitarist name from Korn? With the dreads?
Monkey or Head or...
Something like that. But it's got all the bullet holes on them. Wait a minute, though. I think the Todd McFarlane animation was in the video as well. Like, I think it's a combination of the two.
Okay. He did the cover art for that album.
That's right.
For Follow the Leader, which had Freak on a Leash on it. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Throw another number.
Let's go number 1. I want to see what number 1 is.
Number 1 is Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I think that they were in an airplane.
That was the airport one.
Yeah. And the mostly, I think all women were sitting around they're standing around with signs like going like, "We love you, Backstreet
Yeah, like
Boys."
They just got off the plane. They're being welcomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple more here.
Not one of the best Backstreet Boys videos, though. I'll be honest with you.
What's you like? Everybody Rock Your Body,
dude. That video rules.
It's really good.
It's really sweet. Sang that live, by the way.
Karaoke
at concert. At a high school concert.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, okay. Wait a minute. Let's dig into this real quick.
Yeah.
So
Backstreet's Back. Sang it. It was us. It wasn't no lip syncing. We had wireless, like they do. Dressed up to the nines. I mean, I had like a.
So were you in a boy band?
No.
Were you doing it ironically, or did you actually like?
We were I was in choir all through high school.
Okay, I did not know.
I was in a cappella choir. We every year there was we had what was called the Pops concert, and it was like we got to sing pop songs. instead of like traditional, more kind of choiry music, right? And 5 of us decided we were going to do Backstreet Boys. I was going to go for it.
So you did like a medley?
No, we did the full song.
Oh, okay. I thought you named a couple songs. Okay.
No, we did. That was our song for the show, for the Pops concert, and a friend of mine and I choreographed the entire dance.
Is there video of this?
Yes. Do I know where it is? Not 100% no.
Okay.
I believe that a friend's mom has the full thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty good. But I remember one of the gags was that a friend of ours, Ben, shout out to Benny Boy, he did the Nick Carter bit where he does the "Am I sexual?"
Am I sexual?
Because he was really good at that, kind of nasally. And we'd go no at the end instead of yeah. We thought it was funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just a
nice little rib.
Little rib.
I'll give you another number here.
Number 13.
Lucky number 13. Orgy Stitches. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you remember this video because I
think so. But it's kind of like every orgy video, if I remember right.
Yeah, they're in like
lots of rave lights.
They're in leather. They're all in leather.
They're in leather.
He's got his blue. Oops, that's a little loud. He's got his blue lipstick on.
Yeah.
At the time,
is there a lot of flashing lights?
He kind of looks like. So I'm starting the video right now.
Is everybody wet and dripping?
A kid's listening on the headphones, and he's got like green glasses. I kind of like this song.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh yeah. And this is orgy. I think. And a lot of the new metal bands at the time loved that like speed up effect.
Yeah.
Like that speed up camera effect, like where they'd go really fast. Oh, yep. And they're in like a cube, like a glass cube.
Okay, I know this one. This is not the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. I'm surprised this was so high on the list, but all right, give me another one.
That's a cool song.
We'll do a couple more here.
Number 26 will double our 13.
Orgy, Blue Monday.
No way!
Let's see. Orgy was huge in 1990.
Blue Monday, I think, is the one that has lots of flashing lights and sweat, if I remember right.
Yeah, so I'm just watching a GIF of it right now, and yeah, it's in like a kind of a gold, like soundproof room in some ways. Yeah, they're like in a recording studio. Yeah, flashing lights, green lights, and he's got the silver lipstick on in this video.
I vaguely remember this. I remember the songs when it comes to orgy more than the videos. I don't think the videos got a ton of play, did they? Really?
The summer of 1999, apparently on TRL.
Yeah.
This one got a ton of play. Blue Monday did. Stitches surprises me.
Yeah, Blue Monday did.
Yeah, they kind of like the fisheye effect too, and like this has got the women in the the robot outfits.
Yep, I do remember this.
All right, let's see if there's another orgy song. I'm gonna pick one here. I'm gonna pick number 5.
Okay.
It is. Oh, sorry. I should have put 05, I think.
I do remember the songs more than the videos in general.
Britney Spears, Sometimes. Sometimes I know.
Don't remember the video. Remember the song.
I think it's one of those ones where Britney is like staring up at the camera a lot.
Okay.
Oh, no. This is the one. She's like on the beach. Yeah, I got the gift. Like she's on like the beach, and she's in like a hoodie.
Yeah, that's a boring. That's a boring video. She had some good videos though. I mean, like even like back to her first. What was her first song? "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." Yeah, that was a good video.
That was like the schoolgirl outfit and stuff.
Yeah, that was like the classic. And then she had the video, "Toxic," where she's like on the airplane. That was fun.
Give me one more.
All right.
Let's relive 1999, the summer of 1999, when Lake Placid is coming out in the middle of summer.
Amazing. Number 49, just shy of the end, we're going to go with.
Give me another one.
Okay. Number 23.
For some reason, it was like 98 Degrees, The Hardest Thing.
I don't even know if I remember the song.
I remember the Together song. The hardest part of breaking up is getting back your stuff.
You a fan of Together?
Together, yeah.
Huge fan, yeah.
The hardest thing.
I know my calculus.
My wife is listening to this right now and screaming at me because in the Great Boy Band Wars, my wife loved 98 Degrees.
Wow, what a rebel.
Yep. She liked Nick Lachey.
That's amazing. Generally, people fall. I mean, 98 Degrees was certainly like they were the.
Don't get me wrong. She liked both of them. Yeah. Okay.
They were very big.
I definitely remember this now.
Good for her.
It's got the boys. One of them's like a boxer and stuff. Honest thought.
I don't remember this at all.
I'm trying to get to the chorus, but.
Wow. Okay.
Nick Lachey, yeah, he's got a nice little Kohl's turtleneck. Have to.
Oh, I know this. Yeah, this song sucks. Sorry.
Look you in the eyes.
It's not good.
And tell you I don't love you.
Nicki, just briefly, we were playing a game right now. My wife just walked down, and I want to make sure she knows. We're playing a game right now where we're picking a number 1 through 50, and these are the top 50 songs on the Summer of TRL MTV list. But right? Is that basically
Correct.
what it is?
Yep.
And so I picked the number 47 to start, and because I'm just randomly picking, and then Tim's asking if I remember. And guess what number 47 was? The first one I picked. What? 112, Anywhere.
Oh. That's my jam. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't even begin to tell everybody, how much I freaking love that song. Oh my god.
I told you all. I told you how happy she'd be. Yeah, thank you. I had to make sure that I confirmed the people knew that I wasn't just making that up.
Can I pick a number?
You want to do a number? We'll
one.
do a number real quick. All right, Nicki, what number you want?
I would like to pick number 12.
Oh, like 112. Joey McIntyre, I Love You Came Too Late. You don't remember that one? I could, because I don't either.
No.
Yeah, pick another number.
I'm going to pick, my other favorite number, 6.
Ricky Martin, Livin' La Vida Loca.
All right.
That's a classic. Yeah, Ricky Martin had a couple cool videos too back then.
Yeah,
I was a fan.
the Latin Explosion, I believe, at the time.
Yeah, him and Enrique were huge.
Him and Enrique,
huge. Yep. And
Shakira was a little later, I think.
A little bit later, not too far off. Who was Mark Anthony too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little bit lower.
Speaking of Coles, he's got a lot of clothes in.
Yeah.
He makes a nice jacket, I believe.
He was married to J-Lo, right?
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep. Anyway. All right.
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid.
All right, so let's do a quick little plot summary here. 3 people attempt to stop a giant crocodile who is terrorizing residents in Black Lake, Maine. Not Lake Placid.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
They wanted to call it Lake Placid.
Starring Bridget Fonda, Bill Pullman, Oliver Platt. We will talk about these fine people later. One of them a lot, I'm sure. And then written by David E. Kelley, who was Boston Legal, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably how he got Betty White to be in this movie.
I think so.
Because he was like a sitcom and a TV writer. She was on Boston Legal. And so I'm thinking that there was a connection there. And
David E. Kelley's kind of a name when it comes to TV.
Yes.
So,
Ally McBeal was, I think, his show as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's had a few pretty sizable TV hits.
Yeah,
so.
I think he's still kicking stuff out. But
yes, I believe he's still very active. So.
And now I wanted to bring this guy up because we've talked about a couple of his movies before. And he's kind of, I'm going to say, this guy is not a master of horror, the director here, but he's definitely, I think he's a good, solid workman director. And that's,
I'm glad you're saying this.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's, Big Little Lies is, I'm sorry, I had to look up David E. Kelley. Big Little Lies is him, so he's got a nice hit.
Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton, Harry's Law with Kathy Bates. That one was... Yeah, he's done a ton of TV stuff, like Practice. Yeah, that's right.
Before I got distracted by David E. Kelley's IMDb page, I need to bring up Steve Miner. Steve Miner, we've talked about with Halloween H2O, I think, quite a bit, but he has also done, he directed House, he directed Warlock, he directed Friday the 13th, parts 2 and 3. Yeah. So he has, he's made a nice little career for himself. He also did the very problematic in 2021 1986 comedy starring C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah. Soul Man.
Hey, Steve. Sorry, we'll go back to your other movies. We'll talk about Warlock.
Look, back in the early 80s, certain things they probably should have been very taboo. It might have been taboo back then even, but
they were all. You have. I think the thing that you have to understand here is it was 1986, so everybody was on cocaine.
Yes,
like massive amounts of cocaine.
Yes.
So I'm not saying it's forgiving. Like you shouldn't forgive for so bad, but I'm just asking you to understand that he probably has no idea. Nobody involved in that movie has no idea they made it.
Very true. I want to mention, when I think of Steve Miner, there's a couple directors I think of just like Steve Miner, where like, if you really think of their filmography, they're pretty, like, it's a lot more sizable in terms of like kind of some of the classic stuff they've made. Tommy Lee Wallace is the other one I always like to mention.
That's a good one too.
Because like the It miniseries, obviously Halloween 3, Fright Night Part 2. So I want to throw out a little love for Tommy Lee Wallace too, because I'm a fan, and I always think of him and Steve Miner in similar regard. So
he did a movie back in the early 90s too called with Mel Gibson called he did My Father the Hero with Gerard Depardieu. But he did Forever Young. Steve Miner did Forever Young.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a big movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Which it's like somebody I know is like one of their favorite movies.
Oh.
So. But we're not talking. We've talked about Steve Miner, and we like Steve Miner quite a bit. So we should let's talk about Lake Placid. So I don't know. I'm just gonna do plot at some point, but let's. It's been a while since I watched this. I watched this. I think this came out on like VHS, or it probably would have been VHS. I watched it at the time in like the late 90s, obviously, maybe early 2000s by the time I got to see it. And I remember thinking it was kind of it's just like a fun monster movie. And that opinion has not changed in the 20 years since, or whatever we're at now. It's still just a fun 80-minute long creature feature that you can throw on TV in the middle of the day and be sufficiently entertained.
Yeah.
And so it reminds me tonally of something. It reminded me a lot this time of something like a Tremors, I think, is probably what it's most similar to, because it is a little bit of a horror comedy. I do wish maybe it played up a little bit more of the suspense and horror. But I think with David E. Kelley and even Steve Miner, I mean, who did House and stuff, maybe that's kind of more in their wheelhouse. So either way, I like this movie at the time I watched it, and I still like it about the same. I have not changed an opinion on Lake Placid. What about you, Willie?
Same, yeah. Always thought it was a fun movie. Never, thought it was any sort of major classic by any means, but I always thought it was just a fun, giant monster, evil animal movie, and it still is. And I think the humor is what sets it apart from some of those movies, other movies that take themselves a little bit too seriously for the subject matter. Like, this is a giant crocodile movie, and everybody knows what they're doing in the movie, what kind of movie they're in, especially a certain actor that we'll talk about. But yeah, it's just fun. It's fun. I do wish there was more creature carnage, a little bit. I'll say that. I will say that. The crocodile doesn't get to take out enough people in this movie. There's too many surviving characters at the end of this movie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant. Like about the horror, and I'm glad you expanded on that. It was like, I could have used a little bit more blood and guts.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. I like the characters in the movie for the most part. There's some of them where I go like, why did this person live? This person should have been alligator food or crocodile food. So
we are like that on the podcast.
Yeah,
we do ask many times when we watch movies like, why did that guy live?
That doesn't make sense. This person had no business surviving this movie.
But on the flip side, we do ask like, hey, why'd that guy have to die?
Yeah, sure. It just depends. Yeah. For sure, it depends. But that's my one, I guess, kind of complaint. I will say I still think by and large the effects are pretty great. I thought. Like
it's a mix, right? Of practical and CG, yeah.
And I think it works in that kind of Jurassic Park way where it's like...
Was it Stan Winston on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Where the CG is kind of hidden a lot of the time by mixing it with the practical. I think it works well. For sure.
One of the things I forgot to bring up, and it ties into this movie had to be delayed due to weather conditions at the time. So Steve Miner actually took on H2O while they waited because they couldn't film certain stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he knocked out H2O and then he came back to do this because
he knocked out another brisk 80-minute movie.
Yes. Yeah, Steve does not have time, especially in the 1999 late 90s. He did not have time to mess around.
Good for him.
In and out in 80 minutes. All right, so we're just going to go through the plot here, and I'm going to stop after each paragraph. And shout out to, I had a busy week. I know you did too, so this is very lazy that I just copied some dude or maybe some lady on IMDb. It's in here now. So
it's not the first time
I couldn't find
this.
the name. Yeah, no, I couldn't find the name to give them credit, but well, you don't put your name on it. Things happen.
That's what it is.
We take it and we use it because I did not feel like writing out my own summary. In Lincoln County, Maine, a Marine fish and game officer is attacked and bitten in half by something unseen in Black Lake. Sheriff Hank Keogh, played by Brendan Gleeson. Keogh?
I like Brendan Gleeson.
Love him and everything.
He's always fun.
Yes. What's the movie he did with Colin Farrell that I love? Is that In Bruges?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yep. Fishing game officer Jack Wells, played by the one and only Mr. Bill Pullman.
Love Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman was like, at this point in time, this like mid to late 90s, Pullman was like on the cusp of being like a kind of an action movie star almost, like not an action, but like a blockbustery star. Like,
yeah, so this was a couple years post Independence Day, right?
Yeah,
I'm looking at where he was at in his career at this time, because didn't he do like Lynch's Lost Highway?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, he did this. Broke Down Palace. He was in Broke Down Palace. He did Lost Highway in 97. Independence Day, the video game. Zero Effect. What was Zero Effect?
Seen it. It's with him and Ben Stiller.
Oh, that's right. It's like a really dark comedy.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting movie.
Yeah, or it's like a drama, I think. I don't even.
It's got a little bit of both.
Okay. But yeah,
you almost wonder though, like if and I don't know a ton about Bill Pullman's creative choices or whatever, but like I almost wonder if there was more like bigger stuff offered to him and he liked to do some of that smaller.
Maybe he missed out too. Well, yeah, or
he just
he picked the wrong movie.
Yeah.
But it's not like he did a ton of like blockbusters after that. I mean, he did some interesting work. So,
well, I'm not mad at him for it.
Yeah, this was
not at all.
Oh, yeah, this was. I don't recall if this was like. I didn't really check the box office on this. I remember it being like okay. I don't remember it being a bomb.
Yeah,
but
I just always felt like, and maybe it was just my perception of it. I always felt like he was one of those guys that was like right on the cusp of being like,
sure,
a bigger deal or whatever. I love Pullman, so that's no knock on him.
You watched that? Did you watch the USA show he does now?
No.
Okay, I thought that was you. Someone I know watches it. Let's call it like The Sinner or something.
Oh no! I have watched The Sinner. The first season. I never watched the follow up. I'd like to. He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Good.
Yeah. The show's very good. So yeah, it's worth checking out. Each season's a new case, which I like. But Pullman carries through.
Oh, okay. That's how it goes. Okay. Yeah. So fish game officer Jack Wells, American Museum of Natural History paleontologist Kelly Scott, played by Bridget Fonda, and mythology professor crocodile enthusiast Hector Sear, played by Oliver Platt, go to the lake to investigate. Okay. A couple things with Bridget Fonda retired from acting, and because I was watching this movie, and you're
like, when did I last see her?
It hit me. 2002 was like the last thing she did. I don't even remember what it was. But Bridget Fonda, she completely retired from acting, and she's married to Danny Elfman.
Oh, cool.
I had no idea. They're just married. She doesn't act, and that's it. That's Danny Elfman does his thing.
Sweet.
She's like, they have a kid. So
cool.
I didn't realize she is. Of course, she's the granddaughter of Henry Fonda.
Sure.
And Francis Fonda.
Of the great Fonda legacy.
She's the aunt of Jenna Elfman.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
This is stuff I all found out.
Jenna Elfman's related to Danny Elfman?
Yeah. This is stuff I all found out. Apparently, so I think he would be then the uncle to
interesting
Jenna Elfman. Yeah. And Bodie Elfman, who I think is an actor too.
Interesting.
She was in a car crash in 2003, I think, and that was the year she retired from acting as well. So she had a fracture in her vertebrae too. Excuse me. So
always like Bridget Fonda.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. She's phenomenal in Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown is my favorite Tarantino movie still.
Yeah, I know.
And
yeah.
She's a big reason why. It's kind of like
great.
It's kind of like the Beach Bunny.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Love the movie, and love her performance in it. And she's also in what's Evil Dead? Is she in Army?
Is she?
She has like a cameo in Army.
Is she?
I think.
Okay.
Which would, I guess maybe that's a little bit of the maybe that's where Sparks flew with Danny Elfman. I guess she visited the booth where he was scoring the movie. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
And then we need to talk about Oliver Platt, and I think we should do it right now.
Oh boy, Oliver Platt. I love Oliver Platt.
Do you have a favorite Oliver Platt performance to put you on the spot? And while you think, maybe I'll give you mine. I'll give you two.
Well, this is pretty great. But no.
This is up there.
This is up there, yes.
You know what movie I like?
What's that?
And it's I really like the Ice Harvest. Harold Ramis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with John Cusack, and he's got a bit role in that.
Yeah.
Billy Bob and stuff too. So he's like a drunk friend and stuff too. But also Jimmy King from Ready to Rumble. Who am I kidding?
Oh, it's incredible. I'm glad you said that. No, mine is he was in Disney's The Three Musketeers.
He's very.
And he plays
good.
Porthos.
Yep.
And he's really funny in it. Funny enough, Gerard Depardieu played Porthos in the Man in the Iron Mask, which is another.
Wow, the 6 degrees of Steve Miner here.
Yes, exactly. So, yes, he is Porthos in the alongside Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen, I believe, as the other two Musketeers, as the true Musketeers they are.
He's in West Wing a little bit. I remember he pops up there. Oliver Platt is never bad. So
no.
He's popped up in a billion movies, and he has never been. Oh, he's in Bulworth. I remember Bulworth.
Yep. He's also fun in X-Men First Class. He's like the CIA liaison type guy. Yeah.
Oliver Platt, always a welcome presence in anything.
Always.
He's been on one of the recent seasons of Fargo that I have not watched, but I've heard he's very good there. So he has a great line in this where. Sheriff. Yeah, he does. He is really good. This is the one I wrote down. That's what he goes. Never heard of a crocodile crossing the ocean. And Oliver Platt goes, well, they conceal information like that in books. Such classic sassy.
He's such a dick. Like, he's so mean to Brendan Gleeson at all times in this movie.
He's a rock star in this movie, is what he is.
Mm-hmm. A rock star crocodile enthusiast.
Yes.
So sweet.
Who also studies, like, the mythology of crocodiles, too, right? And, like, the spiritual side of things.
Although, to be fair, there was like a rock star level crocodile enthusiast, Mr. Steve Irwin. So it's not that unrealistic.
Good point.
Yeah.
A series of strange events occur, including Kelly and Hank's canoe mysteriously flying into the air and flipping, the discovery of a severed toe and a severed moose head, and the decapitation of a fishing game deputy. Later,
that scene is really, really insane.
Which one's that?
The deputy when he's leaning over the boat and his head just gets...
Oh, that is... Yeah.
I wanted more of that. Yeah. That's the one thing. Yeah.
Because it comes early in the movie, too. We don't get anything else like that.
Yeah. I wanted a little bit more of that, because when it happens, you're like, what? Yeah, it's really great.
Later, as Hank and Hector argue, a giant saltwater crocodile leaps out of the water and drags a nearby bear into the lake.
That seems sweet, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's some good animal action in this one, and I'm sure some of the later sequels, which we'll talk about. Jack, Kelly, and Hank visit Dolores Bickerman, Betty White, one of the few people living on the lake. After finding the deputy's severed head, they witness her feeding a blindfolded cow to the enormous crocodile. Dolores reveals that she has been feeding the crocodile for years after it followed her husband home and eventually killed him. She's placed under house arrest for initially lying to the police. Let's do the Betty White thing now.
Well, we kind of picked Lake Placid as like I guess our way of paying tribute to Betty White. We're both Betty White fans. I don't think anybody's not a Betty White fan, at least to some degree. Like, I haven't heard a single person that's ever said, like, I don't like Betty White. Like, she's awesome. Like, yeah, how could you not? She's a delight in this movie, specifically.
Very funny.
She's a ton of fun. I think she actually...
she's playing against the type that she's best known for, but she was also a comedian, so like, yeah.
It's kind of perfect for her.
Right.
It's just, I think at the time, people thought of her in a certain way.
She's best known from the Golden Girls as she was Rose, right?
Yes, and the Golden Palace, of course.
Yes.
But she gets to, like, cut loose a little bit here. I mean, she actually, at one point, she has a line where she says, If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it. And I was like, Betty! Like, it's such a good line, and she delivers it so well.
I remember even at the time, people finding this role very, very funny. Like, this was one of the main things to come out of this movie was Betty White. And I think they sold the movie around this performance, too.
Yeah.
Because the line, I'm rooting for the crocodile, is in all of the advertisements.
Yeah. I love that bit, too, where she's basically like, is it illegal of me to say that I want your fellow police officers to be eaten by the... She rules. She's great. And, like, her nonchalant reveal that, like, oh, no, I killed him.
Yeah.
It's, like, so good. It's so good.
So,
everything she does is great. Everything she does just turns to gold. I can't even imagine how much fun these other actors had on set with her. Like, I can't imagine some of the stuff that she probably ad-libbed on set that was didn't make it to the final cut. Like, yeah, she's so cool.
I wanted to play this game, and I'm looking at her filmography, and it's going to be risky, but I want to give it a shot here.
Okay.
I wanted to do a 6 Degrees of Separation, like a Kevin Bacon thing, but with Betty White.
All right.
And I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it tying it back to horror icons, but I want to disqualify like anybody in Lake Placid with it. Like I want to disqualify Steve Miner because I think that's too easy.
Okay.
Because you can go Steve Miner, and then you can go like to one of his horror works.
So are you going to throw out a horror icon, and then I'm going to try and link them?
I think we'll work through this together. Do you have your phone on you?
I do, yes.
Okay, I would say let's bring up her IMDb page together.
Sure.
We'll take a glance at it, and like maybe we'll just like she's done a ton of TV, so that's why this is going to be hard. Let's give it a shot, though. If you're okay, I want to see.
Yeah, no, I like to think I'm pretty good at this game. So
let's do Kane Hodder first. Let's try to
link her to Kane.
Yeah, let's link her to Kane Hodder first.
Okay. Does it have to be within 6? Is that what we're doing?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So I think your best bet for Kane, like I think you actually want to start from Kane, because Kane's the harder one to link to people.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Let's.
With Kane, you can do some interesting stuff. So like, I would kick it off. You want to link Kane immediately to a bigger actor. You have to.
Okay.
Right. So you can either go with the Hatchet series, which has a ton of cameos in it, and you could probably find a cameo of somebody that can get you there, or you go Kane Hodder in the movie Prison, the John Carl Buechler movie Prison, which starred Viggo Mortensen, and then you can jump from Viggo.
Okay.
Kind of wherever.
You want to do that? Let's do that.
So let's go to Viggo.
We're going to Viggo. We're at Prison. You are good at this. I'm glad we did this. Okay.
So Viggo, so that's one link. That counts as one, yes?
Right.
All right. Viggo is in... Oh, man. Here we go. This is going to get tricky. So Viggo is in... Well, he's in the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. This can help you link him to, like...
Yeah.
A lot of people. With... Who do we want to go with here? I'm trying to get... So... What I'm going to try to get to with Betty, I don't want to use Lake Placid at all if we can help it.
Right.
So I want to use the Golden Palace and Don Cheadle with Betty. Because Don Cheadle's been in so many things. Yes.
Okay.
So if we can get there, that's links 1 and 2 right there, branching from either Betty and Kane.
Man, what about... Okay.
So Viggo is in Lord of the Rings with... trying to think of a
So
good...
Liv Tyler, Ian McKellen... Liv Tyler, Ian McKellen. Oh, you know what? So, he's in the Lord of the Rings with Liv Tyler, who was in the Incredible Hulk with John Hurt or Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
who was of course in the Iron Man movies with Don Cheadle.
Did it?
Yeah. So I think that was under 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 5, I think.
Yeah. So we got that. Okay. So there you go. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Well done, Tim. You're a closer.
A couple more here.
All right.
You want to do John Carpenter next?
Sure.
Okay. It's a director, so it's a little bit different.
You could do John to Betty. Yeah. Well, okay.
I think the obvious one that pops into your head is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that seems like a strong choice.
It's like the starting point.
Or you could go Kurt Russell, because Kurt Russell's done a lot of stuff. I would go to Kurt Russell in any of the movies they work together on. That's...
What about Chevy Chase? As like a comedic actor, but I don't know. You want to go Kurt?
Chevy would work, I think. You'd have to... That's tricky. Man, oh man. I'm looking at Betty's...
Looking at Betty's filmography. Yeah, so with like Chevy Chase, your best bets would be like Caddyshack, which is an ensemble. Stuff like Funny Farm would be, but who was the other one we had? Who was the other? Oh, Kurt Russell. I mean, Kurt Russell you can do a lot of things with too.
Yeah, let's go Kurt Russell.
Okay.
So John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, that's one. And then
the thing that pops immediately is like Marvel stuff, like Guardians.
Sure,
that ensemble.
Sure, and that's not a bad way to go by any means. Boy, oh boy, I'm trying to think here. I'd like to link Betty to the movie The Proposal, because that's got Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds in it.
Kurt
and I
Russell,
think either of those are really solid options.
Has Kurt Russell ever worked with either one of them?
Not directly, no. But I'm sure they share a connection. Do it.
Kurt Russell was in Tango and Cash with Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone was in Demolition Man
with Sandra
Bullock.
And Sandra was in... Yep.
There you go.
See, you're a closer. I set you up. You knock them down.
One of these is going to be really tough. I'll save him for last. Let's do. You want Bruce Campbell or Robert Englund?
Let's do Bruce first. I feel like Bruce might be a little bit easier.
If we take out Lake Placid.
Okay, I've got Bruce Campbell. This is easy. Bruce Campbell was in Spider-Man 3 with Topher Grace, who was in that 70s show with Betty White.
There you go.
Easy peasy.
That was quick. You want to do Robert Englund?
Let's do Robert Englund.
Yeah.
Robert Englund. Oh, man. Okay, Robert Englund was in Urban Legend with Jared Leto.
That was, of course, the first movie that popped in. The first Robert Englund performance.
So there's link 1.
Yes.
How about that? I want to link to Jared Leto. I want to go from Jared to Betty. Oh, man.
I'm blanking on Leto performances right now. All I'm remembering is the movie with Nick Cage, Lord of War, which I quite like, by the way. I think it's a good movie.
Lord of War, yeah, it was a cool movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking through Betty. I want to.
Of course, he's in Suicide Squad, Dallas Buyers Club, Thin Red Line.
We got to find a link to Betty that's going to make
House
it work.
of Gucci.
Okay. She was in Bringing Down the House with Steve Martin and Queen Latifah. We can definitely work with that.
Okay.
Because it's actually harder to get Betty linked to somebody in a lot of ways. She was in a lot of TV, which helps.
But it's tough to remember all of the TV roles she was in. And, I'm sure there
was on all those shows, and yes. So let's start. I'm gonna link Betty to Bringing Down the House with either Steve Martin or Queen Latifah, one or the other, and then we've got.
Excuse me, Jared Leto was in that movie?
No.
Oh.
No, Betty was in that movie.
Oh, okay.
And then Englund we can link to
Jared Leto.
We could link to Leto. We could link to Johnny Depp.
Right.
So we could go either way. What do you want to do there? What do you think is the easier link, Depp or
Leto?
Leto.
I think Leto's. I think it's the more fun.
Leto's going to branch off more. Okay, let's do Leto. And
because the thing with Leto is, what about Suicide Squad?
Sure. Man,
Will Smith? No.
You could go.
What
Will
about McConaughey?
Smith.
In Dallas Buyers Club is what I'm thinking. Jennifer. I'm just naming off actors and actresses because I was.
I'm thinking about it here because there's a
Russell Crowe in House of Gucci. Is he in House of Gucci?
Russell Crowe's in House of Gucci.
No, I think I'm wrong. I'm just thinking of Ridley Scott.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think of one,
American Psycho. Leto was American Psycho. None of these people have been in a movie with Queen Latifah or Steve Martin though, which is really.
No, you got it. That's the trick, right? Man, I'm going to pick the wrong...
Yeah, I think we... All right, Steve Martin. I'm looking at Steve Martin's filmography right now. See if we can... of course, the jerk, the Pink Panther. I don't know. Remember who's in the Pink Panther. Roxanne with Terrell Hannah. Just trying to jog your memory. I'm stalling for time, hoping you can...
Hold on. Whoa. Steve Martin is in a movie... Hold on. Steve Martin is in Shop Girl with...
Claire Danes.
Or what's his name? God, the guy who's in a bunch of Wes Anderson stuff.
Schwartzman?
Yes, Jason Schwartzman, who's in a ton of stuff, right?
Okay.
Man, I'm hung up on this. This is tricky, buddy.
Yes, Jason Schwartzman and Steve Martin never done a movie together?
No, I don't think so. But there's got to be a comedic link, though.
What about Steve Martin and John Goodman? Have they worked together?
They had to have at some point, right?
Steve Martin.
Wait a second. Steve Martin and Eugene Levy have worked together. And Eugene Levy has to have worked at some point with...
Okay, no, wait. So Steve Martin...
Yeah.
And I did this... This is cheating. I don't care. Was in Love the Coopers with John Goodman. John Goodman was just in Gemstones, Righteous Gemstones, with Jason Schwartzman. Now, how are we getting Jason Schwartzman to Betty White again?
Because because Martin was in Bringing Down the House with Betty.
So we had to go from Schwartzman.
Wait, hold on.
To good.
Hold on. We went Englund to Leto. What was Leto in? With somebody.
That would have been with Schwartzman, right? Now I'm completely
No. Steve Martin was in something with Schwartzman. Damn it. We're all screwed up.
Can we do this?
We can do this.
Should we go with Johnny Depp?
All right, let's do Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Let's drop Leto.
Okay.
Which is probably best for everybody. Let's go Johnny Depp. He's been in a billion things, right?
Yes.
So Johnny Depp. Man, let me think. The problem with this is, God, this is tough.
It's tough to find. It's tough to figure out who was on the show with Betty White because I do not have a memory of who's like guest stars on the Golden Girls.
I know.
You had a nice pull with that Don Cheadle bit
that
on Golden
I knew.
Palace.
Cheech Marin was on that show too.
Cheech Marin.
He was on
Cheech Marin. Excuse me, though. Was Cheech Marin in?
He was on the Golden Palace.
Was he in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, the Rodriguez movie?
He had to be. Right?
All right.
He had
we're
to
gonna
be.
look. We're gonna look.
Because that's Tim, you genius, you son of a bitch.
Cheech Marin. Once. This is the moment of truth. Is he in it? I don't see him in it.
That came out in like...
He is. He plays Bellini. He plays a character named Bellini.
Yep. Got it.
And so
the Golden Palace...
The lesson learned here is if you wanted to win at 6 Degrees of Betty White,
use
go
the
to Golden Palace. Yeah, we are absolutely... I had one more, and we are not going to do Gunnar Hansen. We're going to leave it on a win.
No, we can do Gunnar Hansen.
You think so?
If I can look up his... Am I allowed to look up his IMDb?
Absolutely. I've been doing it the whole time.
All right.
But when I tried to cheat the most was that John Goodman one, and that did not work out for me. So
we're going to try this. We're really
Gunnar Hansen, of course, best known as Leatherface from the original.
Yeah, of course.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah, well, we can do it right now because we already linked Kane Hodder.
Oh, that's right.
Because Gunnar's in Death House with Kane Hodder.
Perfect.
So we can just use that link. Unless you want to go a little harder.
Do you think we should?
I don't know. You could go, because technically Gunnar Hansen is in Texas Chainsaw, the one with Alexander Daddario and Scott Eastwood.
Texas Chainsaw 3D?
Yes.
Who else is in that? Let's try that.
Scott Eastwood, Alexander Daddario, Trey Songz, Tanya Ramone of Lost fame.
And Marilyn Burns, eh? I didn't know she was in that.
Is she in that?
Yeah.
That's
Daddario. Bill Moseley. I feel like... Clont is in that, huh? Scott Eastwood,
who is in the Fast and the Furious, one of those movies.
I feel like someone in a Fast movie has been with
I got it. We're done. We're good. Gunnar is in Leatherface 3D or whatever the hell it's called with Scott Eastwood, who is in one of the Fast and the Furious movies. Name one with The Rock. Okay. Who is in Hobbs and Shaw with Ryan Reynolds, who's in The Proposal with Betty White.
Boom. Gunnar Hansen the Betty White.
We had an easier time with that than we did with Englund.
Yeah, and I feel like once we went Johnny Depp, the problem we had, I think, was connecting Leto.
Yeah, and Steve Martin's hard to connect. For some reason, I got hung up on Steve Martin.
Yeah, Martin doesn't. I mean,
he's done so many weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, that was fun.
We did it, man.
That was fun. All right, let's get back to the plot real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Hector decides to take one of Hank's deputies on a trip in the helicopter and lands the helicopter in the cove where the crocodile lives. While he is diving, it attacks him, but he escapes. Jack and Hank plan to allow Florida Fish and Game to kill the crocodile when they arrive, but Hector suggests instead that he lure it out of the water and drug it. Jack reluctantly accepts the proposal. There you go. And they use one of Dolores' cows dangled from the helicopter as bait. I felt bad at that part.
I know. I'm glad the cow made it.
Yeah, me too.
See, the cow lives. There's too many survivors in this movie.
I feel bad when it's obvious it's an actual animal.
Yeah, it's a little mean.
Whatever.
What are you going to do?
We do worse. So after a few hours, the crocodile lunges at the cow. Hector pulls up, loses the cow, and crashes the helicopter into the lake. The crocodile comes on land and attacks Jack and Kelly. Not the Osborns. Kelly is knocked into the lake, but she makes it to the helicopter just in time. All right, let's pause here for a second. I don't have much to talk about at this portion of the movie. I think we've mentioned
No, I mean, look, it's fun. It's a romp. I enjoy all this stuff. I like all the shenanigans trying to figure out what to do with the crocodile. I love the reveal that there's a second crocodile. It's classic monster movie stuff. Classic creature feature movie where it's like, oh, there's a second one.
Yeah, I love that.
It's great, right? It feels like any one of those great giant killer animal movies. What I love even more about it is that immediately that problem is squashed.
Yeah.
I love that Brendan Gleeson just launches the grenade at it. It's so sweet. But yeah, like a couple of these people need to get eaten though. That's all I'm saying. I hate to be that guy. I gotta say it. I love Oliver Platt, but he probably should have been eaten at some point in this movie. Meredith Salinger, star of The Secret of Natty Gann.
Yeah.
One of the great Disney films. Her and John Cusack as a couple of scamps, young rapscallions.
We all were at one point.
Yes, of course. Why is she not eaten in this movie?
I thought you were going to launch into like a career retrospective of hers, and you're just like, why did she not?
Why did she not get eaten in this
mauled
movie?
by a giant alligator?
Because like the character is obviously there for this purpose. She doesn't really do anything in the movie beyond kind of being there and kind of flirting with Oliver Platt's character. But like,
yeah, but who wouldn't?
Well, of course, but she should have been eaten.
Yeah,
that's my point. Yeah, maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I crave crocodile violence. I don't know, but I just needed a little bit more of that. I had a great time with it though. It's a fun movie.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Continue. Sorry.
Don't get your wrap up yet. We've got one more paragraph that I copy and paste.
Okay. Yeah. I forgot. There is a bit of a coda here.
Real quick. I want to give a TV suggestion for everybody. There's a show called Northwood's Law. Are you familiar with Northwood's Law?
I am not.
It's on
yes, I
Animal
am.
Planet.
I take it back. Yes.
Yeah, it follows like Maine. Well, it followed like Maine fishing game officers and stuff, but then they moved it to New Hampshire because the idiot governor from Maine hated it. He hated the show.
Oh no!
He thought it presented Maine in a bad light or some bullshit like that. But they moved to New Hampshire. This is a great show because it's all about the Northeast. Like some of the wildlife, like it's like the wild, Northeast up there. Like I mean, but it's always like there's a bobcat on the loose, or like there's some sort of animal under a house, or like there's
It's not like there's a bear that's killing livestock everywhere.
Yeah,
it's like somebody saw a bobcat on a porch.
Yes, or everybody. Nobody has a hunting license. Like everybody's hunting out of season. Nobody has a proper hunting license on the show. Like they're just shooting animals as they see them, and it's all about them busting these people. Every once in a while, you get like a bummer. They'll find a hiker.
Amazing.
It's like been lost.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's my TV recommendation. Northwood's Law.
I love it.
Despite Hector and Kelly's protest to let the animal live, Jack grabs a gun and shoots it. The gun is revealed to be a tranquilizer rifle. As Hector comes out of the water, a second crocodile attacks him. Yeah, Hank blows it up with a grenade launcher. Florida fishing game arrives seconds later. They load the crocodile in a truck and take it to Portland, Maine to figure out what to do with it. The last scene shows Dolores feeding breadcrumbs to many baby crocodiles, implying the two adults were a mating pair. During the end credits, the surviving adult crocodile is seen tied to the back of a flatbed truck speeding down the road.
Love the bit with her feeding the crocodiles at the end. I know you wanted to talk about sequels, so I just want to briefly mention that there are a lot of sequels to this movie.
Yeah.
There are a ton. But I do want to make sure our listeners know, with the exception of the most recent Lake Placid film, which is considered a reboot of the franchise, the Betty White's character, Dolores Bickerman, her family is a through line in these films.
Okay.
Including Robert Englund, who plays her relative Jim Bickerman.
Oh,
by the way.
My gosh. Thank you.
So I need to let you know.
Yeah, so there have been I want to play this game with you too.
And Cloris Leachman.
There are 5 sequels to this movie.
I believe so, yes.
I'm going to read through the brief Wikipedia synopsis of each of them, like very brief, like 2 sentences. And I want to like ask you how interested you are in seeing this
I'd love to hear it. Yeah, please do.
Lake Placid 2. In the sequel to the feature film, man-eating crocodiles return to the lake as 2 mates and 1 aggressive female crocodile, which is protecting her nest, wreak havoc on the locals. So that seems like a pretty straightforward sequel, no? It's just focused on... Well, I guess you have 3 crocodiles in this one. It's kind of the 2 males and the 1 aggressive female is what I'm gathering. How interested are you in seeing Lake Placid 2?
I'd watch it. Because here's the thing, like what was my kind of complaint about this movie that I kept being annoyingly persistent about was like not enough people get eaten. In the sequel, you got to up the ante, right? So I would assume more people get eaten in the sequel. The only problem with any of these sequels, though, is can it does it have the humor of this one? I hope that would be the case. I have not watched the sequels to Lake Placid, so I could not.
I think I've seen clips, and it's mostly of bad CGI.
Okay, just kind of.
You know what? I think I've seen one of these on like Sci-Fi Network in the middle of the day.
Some of them were Sci-Fi Channel movies, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting into they might all be, but okay. So that's Lake Placid 2.
I'd watch it.
Lake Placid 3. A game warden moves his family to Lake Placid once the site of deadly crocodile attacks. Locals assure him the crocs are gone, but his mischievous young son finds a few baby crocs and begins feeding them. They quickly grow into big adults and start attacking the game warden's family and nearby town. Okay, so I'm kind of into this personally because this seems like this crocodile is out for some sort of vengeance, some sort of revenge. He seems to be specifically attacking the game warden's family.
This is like a Jaws the Revenge situation.
Kind of
I'm 100%
like
down. Yes. This sounds more interesting to me then.
This is our first of 3 appearances in the series from Yancey Butler.
Yancey Butler.
You remember Yancey Butler?
I do. Star of TV's Witchblade.
Yeah, absolutely. She was also in Hard Target. Was Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh, my word. Yes. Yes. What is his character? Chance Bordeaux.
Chance Bordeaux, yes. Lake Placid, the final chapter, the 4th movie of the Lake Placid sequel.
And I believe the second horror film
series.
Fourth entry in a horror film series to be called The Final Chapter, but not be the final chapter.
Yes. Reba the Poacher is back. Uh-oh. I believe that's got to be Yancey.
Is that Yancey? Yeah.
I'll look real quick. It is. Yeah, Yancey's the poacher.
So you compare this to Tremors, she's probably like the Burt Gummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's now an EPA agent, though, in the final chapter. Black Lake is turned into a crocodile sanctuary surrounded by an electric fence. When the fence gets left open one night, a high school field trip bus unknowingly enters the park. It's up to Reba, the sheriff, to save the kids from becoming crocodile
I'm in.
shepherds.
You had me at high school field trip bus. I'm in. That sounds like the best one so far.
So that's your top, the final chapter.
Yeah. Plus now we're getting some continuity here.
Yes.
I'm loving it. We're getting Yancey.
So her last appearance is in the one I think I've seen on Sci-Fi, Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
Oh, my.
In Black Lake, Maine, an accident allows 2 giant species, crocodiles and anacondas, to be regenerated, and they escape towards Clear Lake.
Regenerated?
I guess they're like dead in the water and some sort of accident. An accident, so it could be something falling into the lake.
My assumption, and I'm hoping that this is the case, is that these are supposed to be the original Lake Placid alligator and the original, like this is the anaconda that ate John Voight, and it's been,
and they're now referring to the gator or the crocodile as Lake Placid.
Yeah,
like that's the name.
Yeah,
and the other one is Anaconda.
Yeah.
That's
my hope.
I hope. You know what? John Voight may be in this movie. You never know with John.
It's possible.
Now Reba teams up with Tully, to find his daughter, Bethany, and a group of sorority girls in a deadly match between the 2 groups. So this has got it all. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is probably not nearly as good as it sounds. It's that sequel where like you read the synopsis and you're like, God, I can't wait for this entry, and then you watch it and you're like, this is not as good as I was.
Corin Nemec is in this one.
That's a good sign.
And finally, Lake Placid Legacy, which just came out in 2018.
This is the reboot, right?
Yeah, a group of young explorers discover a secret area hidden from all maps and GPS devices. When they reach the center of the lake, they discover an abandoned facility that houses one of the largest and deadliest apex predators known to man. Rather than a sequel, Legacy is considered to be a standalone film. I like that the maker of this movie went and edited the Wikipedia page to sell people on it.
So sweet.
Legacy is considered to be a standalone film, not connected to the previous films, and the only film of the series to not feature or reference the Bickerman family, declaring it a reboot. You know who this has got in it? Joe Joey Pants. Joe Padilano.
What?
Couldn't even get through it without laughing.
How can you not laugh? It's really funny. I will watch it for Joey Pants.
Who? Tim Rozon, who is it? He's the dude from oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the Eugene Levy show, Schitt's Creek. He plays is it Mutt in that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yes, Joey Pants mainly.
They've got me with Joey Pants. My problem with this is like, this sounds like it's taking itself far too seriously, and the reason why I say that is because this effort to try and distance itself from the other movies,
the Bickerman family.
We don't need that.
This is like family who's been made up of Robert Englund and Betty White,
Cloris Leachman.
Yeah,
this is not. We don't need a distance. Like, I understand why, David Gordon Green was like, maybe we gotta cut the sequels out, for better or worse. Maybe we gotta do that. It's too much stuff. No, this is like Placid. Embrace the continuity. This crocodile should have fought the anaconda at this point.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit perturbed with that. But I would watch it to see Joey Pants. I can only assume he's in the movie for about 3 minutes.
It's got to be one of those, friend of a producer, friend of a guy, friend of an actor, friend of a director.
What do I got to do?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there. You're a cool dude. I know your dad.
Exactly.
I'll walk out. I'll chop a cigar. I'll get out of here so I can go make Bad Boys 3 or whatever.
Exactly. I just read, by the way, I wanted to mention this because of the Joey Pants being on set for 30 minutes. Do you recall the Keanu Reeves film The Watcher?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Did you know the story behind Keanu with that movie?
No.
So a friend of his was, I believe, the director on the film or our producer, and begged and pleaded to get him to be a part of the movie, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But they agreed upon him being a very small bit in the movie, and then his friend weaseled behind the scenes to make him a bigger part of the movie, and Keanu did not want to be a part of the movie.
Yeah.
And was talking to his agent about I don't want to do this, and his agent's they could sue you at this point, Keanu. So it's literally a movie he's in that he does not want to be in. So go back and watch The Watcher and see, just to see Keanu be sad throughout this movie.
Let's do this. Let's do some superlatives and get out of here to wrap this bad boy up. Class clown. Now, who's the funniest?
It's Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt, not Betty White.
No, he's the class clown.
You're right. He is more of the class clown. She gets. I think she'll.
Betty's funnier, but she's not goofier.
For sure, he's
he's the class clown.
He is. You're right. And he's the definition of kind of a clown because you were laughing at him.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, 100%, almost, yeah.
Very good, very good. So what I was thinking is, I think most opinionated would probably be Betty White.
Betty, yeah. Oh yeah, she's no, I want she's stuck in her ways.
What about cutest couple?
Cutest couple. You know what? I'm gonna go with Platt and Meredith Salinger. They're kind of cute.
the tent, right?
I like that.
I'm gonna go with the Gators. The two Gators.
Oh, that's sweet. We never get to see them together, really.
No.
But I think you're right.
I think Gators are cute. A lot of people are scared of them. I would be scared of them if I saw them in real life, but I think gators are adorable. I would love to pet them, but I'm not a gator wrangler.
I was really close to one. I was from me to you in the wild.
In the wild?
Yeah, it was not. I was not comfortable.
Where did you? Where did this happen?
It was staring at me. I did not like that feeling.
Where did this happen?
Florida.
Well, of course, yeah.
So it was bad. Yeah.
What happened?
I just kept moving. Okay. I was I don't like this. I was on a trail. I was in Wilderness Trail.
Wilderness Trail in Florida. You're taking your life.
I know.
Because they got panthers and jaguars and stuff too. They got all sorts of stuff down there.
It was a decent trail. It was it wasn't I don't know. I'm stupid. I'll never do it again. And I turned to my left and I went, holy shit. That is an alligator. And it was just sitting there, just because they don't move.
Yeah.
Until they need to move.
Until they want to.
They can really move.
Yes.
I also almost touched a raccoon, which was pretty sweet. And then somebody goes, you should probably not touch the raccoon because it's probably going to bite your fucking hand.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah.
And they got
it was so cute.
Raccoons are adorable.
It was like a younger one too.
Yeah.
And I had Cheetos, and he kept doing this, the like puppy dog begging thing. Oh yeah. And so I was like, I'm gonna throw him a Cheeto.
Yeah.
I know I'm not supposed to. I'm sorry. Please don't judge. He was really cute.
Yeah.
I tossed him a Cheeto. It was a puffy Cheeto.
What is it? Better not be flaming hot.
No, he really liked it.
You had the extra flaming hot?
No, I can't. I'm not a flaming hot guy.
No.
I like heat, but like, I feel the same way about flaming hot Cheetos, chips, products, whatever, as I do about jalapeno flavored stuff. It tastes synthetic to me. The heat doesn't feel like a real earned heat. It just feels like
flavor.
Yeah. Anyway,
I gotcha. Most likely to take over the world. Who in this movie do you think is the most likely to take over the world? Is there a certain character you're thinking?
Oh man, this could go a lot of ways. You could go Betty or Oliver Platt. I would never go Oliver Platt before the year 2016, and then I would go Oliver Platt. Could convince people. But Betty, I think she might be able to. But the problem is Betty's too upfront with.
She is very honest.
She's too honest.
Yeah. Pullman,
no. Maybe. Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know who it is. It's the brief. He has a brief appearance. The great Alan Arkin.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Or Adam Arkin.
Adam Arkin. Yeah.
The great Adam Arkin.
When Mr. Steve, who worked with Steve Miner as
a frequent collaborator.
Once again, another horny character.
Very horny. Hornier even than Mackay.
Yes.
I think. I would watch, by the way, some sort of like faux spoofy reality sex therapy show with all the horniest slasher characters.
Right. Like
Mackay's there as his character from I Still Know.
It would be funny if you have a bunch of teenagers and then Adam Arkin.
Yes.
from H2O.
And he's hornier than all the teenagers. He's like, I know, right? Anyway.
He would say something gross.
He would, and they'd all be like, yeah.
I just got to get my rocks off.
Yeah, he'd say something really nasty.
He's like, what? Rocks?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, old man?
Oh, my God.
Let's do two bar. I'm going to cut it off at 2 bar. Who's most likely to star in their own reality show? I'm going to say Bill Pullman and Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah, I was going to say Brendan Gleeson because there's a lot of, people seem to be into those, like you said,
Northward's Law kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess we should do best all around or most athletic. Which one do you want to do? Yeah. Best rapper I have.
I'm going to go with Bridget Fonda's character on this one.
Which one, the best all around or most athletic?
Both.
Okay.
Because she's kind of got all bases covered. She's smart. She's a little bit neurotic. Certainly, that's part of the character's charm. But she's smart. She's book smart. She picks up on the street smarts pretty quick, or the swamp smarts, as it might be, pretty quick. And she's rational and reasonable. Yeah. For the most part, she's freaked out about being in the woods because it sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Have you camped in a tent lately?
I have not in a long time. I would like to.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It is fun, but I don't blame her for feeling the way she feels about it because she didn't know they were going to sleep in tents. Naive, maybe, but Do
you think you could ever camp? Because there are campgrounds in Florida. Do you think you could ever camp in Florida?
No.
It's Florida's like Australia. There's tons of stuff down there.
It is absolutely not.
When it comes to wildlife, I ain't messing around.
Wouldn't even consider it. Everything wants to kill you in Florida.
Exactly.
Everything does. Yes. Australia's definitely, like you said, there's a similar vibe. There's a much more intense vibe in Australia. At least my perception of Australia. I have an Australian friend. I got to talk to him about that. How have you made it so far?
How are you still alive?
You good?
You check in, yeah.
Yeah, how have you made it this long?
Right.
I think he's a wee bit older than me, and I don't know how it's possible. So I'm going to message him shortly here and just check in.
Not a bad plan.
Yeah.
All right, that's our Lake Placid episode. Next time, I picked this one for the podcast.
Oh, my. I am on the spot then, eh?
Oh, no. I texted you about this earlier.
Oh, no, you did. Yes. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yes, unless you wanted to call an audible.
No, I do not. Nope.
So
Nope.
Ty West has a new movie coming out called X, I think is what it's called.
X? EX?
X. Just X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't remember what exactly it's about. I don't want to. But anyway.
He hasn't done a movie in a while.
He hasn't done a movie in a while. I think he's done some TV recently. But I have never been a Ty West fan.
No, you have not. This is one of our very few disagreements I think we've ever had.
And I think that as I've grown, I've become more open-minded, actually, in a lot of ways.
Sure.
Some I've probably not. But in terms of movies, like...
Yeah, I think,
I think I'm much more open-minded than I was back in 2009 when House of the Devil came out. House of the Devil right now is free on Peacock and free on Tubi. I checked as well. So I'm hoping it'll be up there free on both of those services so everybody can check it out free of charge. But I want to reevaluate it, and I think this might be fun. And maybe like you can think of a movie down the line where like it's a horror movie you didn't like at the time.
Yeah.
And we give it a second shot. So this maybe will be our second shot. So I'm going to give House of the Devil, a second shot because I hated it when it came out. And I remember, you and I got in an argument.
Kind of.
Not like an argument.
As close as we've ever.
Yeah, like a disagreement about it. And I want to see like how it goes from here. How it goes on a rewatch 13 years later because I've not watched it since it came out. I remember the pizza looking excellent in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. I'm excited. I like this movie, and I wonder how I'm going to feel about it. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah.
So who knows? I might turn on it. I don't know.
Willie, where can the good people reach us?
horrormovieyearbook@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you on there. Shoot us an email, ideas for episodes, questions, whatever you want. We're on Twitter at HMYearbook. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You can find us Horror Movie Yearbook on any of those platforms. Tim's more active than I am on social media. But generally we both don't like social media too much. We just know it's important.
You gotta. It's been mostly promotion lately. I mean, I check notifications too. So if
So do I. Yeah.
And I will.
You get to them before I do because I think you check more often than I do.
Yeah. I like to make sure I check a couple times throughout the day just to see. So if you want to get at us on those social medias,
Please
do
check.
We check. We just
and we will respond.
Yeah. Yeah. we don't see much else out there, but I do check notifications. So
yeah.
And because John will alert us, and I always appreciate this. John will tag us and stuff, like important stuff like that cursed Blu-ray that's coming out, whatever. He tagged us.
Which is not what it was made out to be.
It seems like a little bit disappointing, but we do appreciate a heads up
yes, of course.
So if you want to just start tagging our account, we've had people tag us in cool artwork, and we love that. So very much. So yeah, thank you everybody. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.
Yes.